I think the biggest question is like, should you do it? Should you quit your job? Should you leave corporate? Should you start your own thing? I will always be a cheerleader for folks that want to venture off onto their own and build something. And I will be very, very honest that it is very hard. There are a lot of things that, when you're in a role in an organization, you're getting a paycheck every 2 weeks or every month. You have healthcare that's highly subsidized by a company. A lot of those things are going away, right? I think the inconsistency of income, the not knowing when your next paycheck's going to come, or even for me, I had a really challenging year last year with a lot of internal stuff, a lot of family stuff, some health stuff going on. And so there were times where I didn't have it in me to go and try to drum up work and things like that. And so in those moments, I'm not making money. But if I had a corporate job and I was having a difficult time with things, maybe there'd be some days where I could phone it in or kind of like half-ass my work and like still collect a paycheck, right? So I think that the ups and downs of it all can be really hard. But I think that it is doable for anybody. I think it's important to be honest about how hard it is, but not necessarily say not everyone's cut out for this. I think we all have natural tendencies that might lend itself to it being a little easier or harder. But I think the important part here is like thinking about what are your biggest challenges? What are going to be the hardest parts about this big shift for you? And some of those could be things like security, obviously, is a huge one. But if you're a naturally risk averse person, if you're naturally someone who kind of feels more comfortable getting direction from someone else, right? That's going to be a really challenging thing. It's not something you can't overcome, but it's something to consider. For me, one of the things as I kind of launched into this or along the way, I have a pretty high tolerance for risk. So that hasn't been as big of a challenge for me. But what I knew for a long time in my corporate life was that I am fueled by external validation, right, wrong, or indifferent. It is something that's very real to me. And it's something that I've worked on in a lot of different ways. But knowing that in a world where I work for myself, I'm not going to have a boss or a performance review or team awards that will be those things that keep me going. There won't be that great manager that I feel really seen by, that I want to work harder for. Those things go away. So for me, a big part of my kind of journey has been like, how do I get what I need? How do I also maybe not rely so much on external recognition and things like that? But I think it's important just to think about like, it's amazing. I want everybody to do it. If it's something you want to do, it can be really hard. And it's not a factor of like, can you do it or not? It's like, what are going to be the biggest challenges that you have to overcome? And so like really thinking about that and being very clear about those things for yourself.